I don't know if we can do headphones. Are we going to be okay like this?
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. What about now? Like,
No, you're good.
Everyone, how many drinks in are you guys?
This is number 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, God, I can't get a straight answer. And then I'm like, oh, I forgot. There's shithouse.
Yeah, no, it's not as drunk as when I called you last year.
Well, last year was 11 drinks in.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ivan,
I don't even remember doing that. I think I talked to Ana Valenzuela.
You did.
You did.
Yeah.
We were in a Marie Callender's parking lot together. And you guys just kept going, Marie Callender's!
You guys have Marie Calendar?
I don't remember that at all.
I don't either.
Do they have those up there?
I mean, that's
Hi, Taylor.
No, we don't have those up here.
Oh.
Have you experienced one?
No.
I've
Where do you
never
get your
been.
pies?
I've only heard of it from Doughboys. That's pretty much my only reference.
Calendars is so good.
Is it?
Yeah, actually, Doughboys is the only way I know about it.
Yeah. I legitimately was like, it's like they make calendars? I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marie's Calendars.
That's what I thought.
I thought it was like a calendar store.
Yeah. And they make
No.
food too. Who would have thought?
No pies.
Look at that. All right. If you guys are ready to go, I know you've got a very busy day, Kyle, so I'll try to make this quick.
I thought you were going to wear the tie as a headband was the idea.
Oh.
Now you're just living it.
It's just an Avril Lavigne lifestyle, which is like, as a
You don't
Canadian,
need a
I
box.
appreciate.
You look like if there was somebody from My Chemical Romance in Game of Thrones.
Chemical Twins.
That's Sir Gerard way to you.
Game of
Okay, I have to
Chemicals.
shut this now.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Red Parade.
Oh,
now
yeah.
I'm just
There
sad.
you go. So yesterday,
Yeah, okay, that's better.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Okay. This just keeps going. I don't know how this works. Last time it was a phone call in a parking lot.
Well, no, but you've been on. So we've done one of these video
Yeah, we
episodes
did
with you.
this with you.
Oh yeah, no. But I wasn't sure if it's because it's the 12 drinks of Christmas thing. If there was something different about it.
No, just the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we've got our shit together more this year.
Do we have a topic? Or we just
No, but we do have some questions. I should probably get into the episode.
Oh,
I'll start.
I was going to tell a story, but I figured I'd use it on make sure you're recording. So we did Stonecutters yesterday. It was supposed to be office Christmas party themed. So I wore a full sweater and tie and nice clothes, dressed real nice. And then slowly, as the show went on, just quietly started to get more and more disheveled. So that things got unbuttoned and then my shirt's half untucked. And so by the end, I had the tie around my head. But I did too good of a job faking being drunk. And
people thought you were just drunk.
People tried to take my keys from me before I left to go record a This Is Rad. And they actually literally demanded they smell the drink of cranberry juice I was drinking. Because a guy brought cranberry juice and vodka. And I was like, hell yeah. Because I brought a solo cup as a bit. And I walked over to him and was like, fill me up. And then I leaned in and whispered, just fill this with cranberry juice, basically. And then just like caused the whole scene. And people legitimately thought I was hammered instead of just me being an asshole, which is what I was.
Wow.
That's amazing.
It was pretty fun.
Basically, Kyle's a good actor.
Basically, I just want credit for a dumb thing I did.
I wish I was a good actor.
Gonna put that in
You're
roast.
actually drunk, so like you win the deal.
That's true. The biggest challenge of this whole thing is that the fact that Reed doesn't actually get drunk. So 11 drinks in and I'm literally falling off of my chair. He still is very composed. Your getting drunk last year was like a little bit slurry, but
I also had a full extra bottle of
He
wine.
was
that's
pretty
true.
slurry. Like I know, like
Okay.
my version of Canadian drunkenness, which is a different bar. It's like
oh, hey.
I would say that Richard is an American drunk.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Canadian drunk.
Fuck you and fuck everybody else.
Also, Reed, I realized like after our last episode that we did not that long ago, how often my Facebook feed is just pictures of you from your wife's Facebook page. Like your
That's
wife
amazing.
is really good at finding photos of you where you were like either like uncomfortable or upset and just putting them on Facebook.
Well, that's his secret, is that he's always uncomfortable and upset.
That's the only way I am.
I should do the intro to this show.
Let's do it.
Okay. Happy DocMas residents, and welcome to the Dr. DC podcast. My name is producer Richard, and next to me is the doctor himself.
Hello.
This year, like every year, we release an episode every day for the 12 days leading up to Christmas, which we like to call DocMas.
That's right.
And before we introduce our guest, we do have a review.
Okay.
I just got it. Like Christmas.
Yeah. But we literally took the This Is Rad model and just applied it to all of our...
Ours are all original copyrighted words.
Oh, I apologize. You're completely correct. We've got a 5-star review from the iTunes in the UK. From Arrive Lad, who says, Arrive Lad strikes again. This time I've taken a hold of my mother's phone. You boys are worth it. Arrive Lad away. Off to grab more iPhones for 5-star reviews.
Arrive Lad, of course, being the classier version of a character we came up with called Come Man.
Yes.
Go on.
Yeah.
That's what you think it is.
Please, in your Christmas special, explain it to me.
Explain further.
Come Man is basically Shazam, but instead of lightning, it's a bucket of cum.
Yeah. And to get those powers, he goes, I'm gonna come.
You know what? Here's $25 million, as long as you can get it. Next
I'll
time
make a small indie about it. It'll be great.
We would love
we should write a porno.
Gerard Butler in the role of Ian.
Oh, Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna come.
But then it's like, it sounds like Shrek, so it's like...
What you guys drinking?
I'm gonna come, donkey.
We're drinking Caesars.
Yes, we are.
That's the drink this year is Caesars. So it's the Bloody Mary, but there's clam.
So, you know how you think a Bloody Mary is gross? Do you wish that a Bloody Mary
fish to
also had clam juice instead of tomato juice?
Well, no, there's clam. It's tomato juice and clam juice.
No. Tough. It's truly, truly awful.
That makes it a lot better because now oh, never mind. She's back.
It's more fitting to just watch her standing in the corner, making the face of like, how long do I have to keep the bit going?
Yeah.
That's always the testament of a good joke.
Yeah, that's right.
We got a premiere, first Dr. DC appearance.
Yeah.
That's right.
So why don't you tell the good listeners at home who our guests are?
Well, I know. Obviously, we have past and future guest, comedian, writer, and podcaster Kyle Clark.
That's right.
But I don't know how to say your last name, and so help me, Taylor.
I'd like to know what you think it is.
Yeah.
I know it's with a V, but that's as far as I can go, especially because I'm not going to pull it up right now.
Okay. Taylor Vrayson Harrell.
Vrayson Harrell?
Nailed it.
There's a dash in there. There's way more letters than you think there's going to be.
It's hyphenated. It's Romanian, but it's also like...
Well, because on my phone it's just VH, so...
Yeah, so Taylor VH.
I go by VH is the thing.
That's her cool stage.
No, that's what I should have said. Hey, this is not that far from a V8.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, it is. It's incredibly far from a V8.
Yeah, just V8.
That's one of the Canadian things that I really threw my lot. And I ate toe whiskey, and was
did. I haven't even done that.
At least it's better than a Caesar.
Oh.
And I love a Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary is one of the 4 alcoholic drinks I'll still drink.
So
but it's one ingredient away from a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, you're missing out on the delightful smack of clam.
Look, Reed. I need you to repeat that sentence again, but I need you to look Richard in the eye when you say it and see how it feels.
You're just missing out on a delightful smack of clam.
See? Do you see how it
I think
wrong?
we've never been.
I think I just got Me Too'd.
We've never been closer.
Good Lord.
Should we get into it?
Oh, I think we're already gotten into it. I know it's a Kyle Clark episode. We're trying to keep 30 minutes, so we're in trouble.
Yeah, good fucking luck.
We got a piece of news we got to talk about.
Right.
The new Birds of Prey movie character posters have been released.
Yeah. Have you seen these?
Have you guys watched those yet?
Friends?
Have you seen those character posters?
I have not yet.
They look dope. They're really cool. They've got like
see that movie.
Yeah.
Like I did not hate Suicide Squad. It's a horrible movie, but it's not like an unwatchable thing. It's
not at all.
Like it's the same way seeing a tire fire is fun. Like
I think this is going to be legitimately good though.
Yeah,
I think this won't be just like another.
Margot Robbie can do no wrong for me.
Yeah,
and
I literally could watch her in anything.
We've got version of Birds of Prey that's ever existed. So
yeah.
I just sent you the character posters on your phone. So
we're getting Huntress, we're getting Black Canary. Ewan McGregor is playing Roman Sionis or Black Mask.
Okay.
We get Victor Zsasz. We get Renee Montoya.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yes, that's the one.
Is that who's she? Oh, that's is that supposed to be Black Canary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Huntress.
They're pretty cool posters, though. I like them.
Kind of dumb. Like, cool. I
mean, that tracks.
Yeah.
I like the style of the posters a lot.
Yeah, I'm really into this style.
Sandra Kane has a beaver and a dress in the background. I support that.
Oh.
Man, Ewan McGregor is just degaffing his career these days. God bless him.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Oh, Zaz is going to be in it.
Yeah. Zaz works for Sionis, I think, in the context of this.
Like, I just legitimately had an excitement over the fact that Zaz, Batman villain Zaz, is getting put in a movie.
He's a great villain, though. He's a psycho. It's great.
No, he's the best of the 2000s era villains. Both him and Black Mask, the two best 2000 era DC villains they created.
But do you both
the Flash?
Yeah, do you both expect though that you'll see this movie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would for sure see it. Because the first and only time that I saw Suicide Squad was a bunch of my friends had a party. Yeah, that's most people. They had a party and I don't know even where they got this TV. It's like the TV that like we had in my kitchen like as a child. It's like it's like
a 10-inch screen.
It's smaller than 10. It was like the smallest TV I've ever seen. It was not black and white, but it was so small. And somehow they got it to play on there. We all, like 15 people, gathered around this like tiny ass TV and consumed Suicide Squad in, I think, the way it was meant to be seen.
Yeah, that's the way Scorsese wants you to watch movies. Yeah.
That's really funny. Taylor, what is your knowledge sort of comic booky stuff? I'm not sure that I know how much.
I'd say it's moderate. I'm no Kyle because I have.
Well, no one is. That's
even I'm not. It's my show.
And I think
he's
more
a
like
doctor.
Like as when I was like a teenager, I was like kind of into like nerdy stuff and comics, but then kind of like being a young woman trying to go to comic stores, I had a lot of negative experiences. So
sure,
can present some challenges.
Yeah, because you never like to walk in a place and like have someone stare at you and be like, "Why are you here?" There's the
both not wanting you there and wanting you there so badly is very uncomfortable.
Like, I'm just trying to, but I'm just gonna leave forever. But other than that, I'm trying to kind of like let myself go back to like enjoying things and not kind of bringing like the kind of emotional baggage to
I handed you a couple a while when we first started dating.
Yeah, and I still have those at my house.
Yeah, so
those are good.
Like I think I'll like win her over because like it's definitely like I think if you remove the like shitty comic book stores, because I mean I had that, like the comic book store I went to regularly was still like a nightmare factory, but like I was like, I really gotta read Gail Simone's Deadpool run.
And I like comics, and like my sisters work in the animation industry, so
oh wow.
So when you talk animation, the three of them are I'm handily outclassed by everything but Ralph Bakshi.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
I don't want to watch 70s racist cartoons.
I mean,
this is the second second time in as many times you've been on, Kyle, that you've mentioned Ralph Bakshi. I really need you to stop.
Ralph Bakshi anytime I possibly can. God, I want pizza. We order pizza, but while we're decorating cookies, we're also decorating cookies after this because we're the cute.
Yay.
Or we could do.
Yeah, we're eating pizza. It's very good.
I mean, yeah, but look at his pizza, babe. You see it there? Look how happy he is eating pizza. I want to be Richard eating happy.
What else do you have just out of view? You've got like you've got drinks, you've got pizza.
It is kind of a fun bit. You're pulling delicious and fun things just off camera.
I mean, no, I'm not going to bring that in camera. We should probably get into.
See, in my mind, it's either like a gun or like, I don't know, like a land treaty or like something evil.
Regardless, no good can come from it. We should probably get into the questions.
Let's do it.
This is the season finale.
All right. Well, first question comes from Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Go do the face and the book. Go do the Facebook.
That's right. First question comes from the most interesting resident. I mean, you can see it.
I can. It's Andrew Delgado.
That's right. Who asks, what are the lines Constantine won't cross when it comes to his friends? How about for his enemies?
I think what he means here is like Constantine famously looks out for himself, will double cross or cheat or finagle whatever to come out on top. Are there lines he won't cross?
Like one of the core tenets. I'm so sorry for dragging you into this.
I was like, Kyle, what are we going to talk about? And he's like, just vibe. And I'm like, oh.
We're still vibing. We're just vibing about John Constantine.
You can also just be like, Constantine, what a dick. That's okay.
I can hand you off screen right now. You want to read Dangerous Habits? You also read Dangerous Habits. I think like part of the reason I always liked John Constantine as a character is he never wants everybody in his life to die horrible deaths, but like that's like the curse of his existence is like he only gets to be this cool guy who can do all this stuff because he can never have an intimate relationship with anyone without being responsible for their awful death.
Oh.
Yeah, or the death of their dad.
Yeah.
It's,
like it's always interesting to me that like he dates so much for a guy who leaves a wake of carnage in his path. And then as far as like villains go, it always feels like there's no limit as long as it has an entertaining and vaguely ironic twist to it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I just got a digital copy of that Vertigo like B-sides trade that has Shoot, the unpublished Warren Ellis school shooting Constantine story. I'm very excited.
Right.
I've never read it. I'm real excited about it.
Nice. That's awesome.
John
Constantine,
is a British wizard who smokes cigarettes and he used to be in a punk band.
I feel like you're just describing yourself.
I'm a big fan.
It's Sting, essentially. Yeah.
John Constantine lives my dream.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to agree. I think, when it comes to villains, I don't think there's a line he wouldn't cross.
Whoa.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
He beds them as much as he kills them.
Yeah, he gets around. He's handsome in a roguish sort of way.
It is just Kyle, isn't it?
Cigarettes and had a jacket instead of a vest.
Kyle Constantine.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next question. We're leaving Facebook and heading on over to Instagram.
Now we go to Instagram, take some questions and answer them.
First question comes from Astro Zombie 3000.
Okay.
Who asks, I am not at all familiar with Convergence, Final Crisis, or Heroes in Crisis. What are these stories about? Oh my god. Genuinely curious about Final Crisis, especially. Everyone talks about it like it's pretty wacky.
I don't think we have time to do all three.
Oh god, no.
Final Crisis. Kyle, you and I have briefly talked about it. I've had people on Twitter
real hard on for us to do a Crisis episode that I feel like that means they just enjoy when we sound exasperated.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Look,
broad strokes.
About multiversity for at least another year. I can keep putting it off.
Yeah. Yeah, broad strokes, Final Crisis is the new gods like Darkseid and characters like that die, and he's pulling reality down into a black hole with him, and it's destroying the multiverse. But also at the same time, there's a vampire monitor who is sucking worlds dry for life force.
Yeah, I need you to understand very dumb.
Yeah. And at the end,
world's dry.
Yeah, there's this race called the Monitors.
Also anti-monitors.
Yeah, there's also an anti-monitor. But yeah, he's like feeding on worlds to sustain himself. At the end of it, Superman whistles into a miracle machine and gets the happy ending he wished for.
Yeah,
like actual happy ending.
That happens in a book. Remember, every time somebody demands that we take this seriously, we need to remind them there's a whistle into a miracle machine that happens.
Yeah, it's a literal Deus Ex Machina, and the multiverse is saved.
Fuck myself, I guess.
I mean, Kyle, did you ever end up like going back and like actually reading all of Final Crisis? You've read it, right?
Yes, it has been a long time because it's definitely a book I read and was like, well, I certainly read that. Did I comprehend anything in it? Absolutely not. And it's I'm behind on my DC homework now that I've like converted over, and it's like now I feel like there's I need to do a Crisis run because I've never finished all of Crisis on Infinite Earth. It's one of those books that I've picked up or flipped around with, and I know everything that happens in it, but it's like I need to go to the text, and then like. Final Crisis is all well and good. I always feel like Identity Crisis is the thing that gets, has the words in it, and it's the most fun story, but it's also the one that doesn't destroy space and time.
It's not a crisis at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, now
you leave Sue. They're saying Sue Dinby's death was nothing.
Okay, but that's not the. Yes, that's a terrible thing, but it's not at the level of crisis that the crises.
It makes Batman distrust his teammates so much he creates Brother Eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that turns into a crisis.
Yeah. So Taylor, I know you're into lots of geeky stuff. Geeky stuff gets to weird places, but when you hear things like Vampire Monitor or New Gods Die and pull the multiverse down with them, does that make you want to read a book or not?
I mean, that's just kind of like baked into the expectation. So it honestly is like net neutral.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Grant Morrison, I think, goes out of his way to make things as dense as he can.
Complicated. No.
Yeah, Final Crisis I've read a ton of times. I still don't fully get it.
Yeah,
but
I should give another go, but it's but somehow I don't want.
There's some fun moments. You get the anti-life equation.
Yeah.
It's a weird one though. Hope that answers your question, Astro Zombie.
Yeah, we're not getting that deep into it. We did a crisis episode. Listen to that.
The problem is that like Astro Zombie should know when they go to download that episode. I will do my darndest to make sure that most of our Final Crisis episode is about Rock of Ages. not the DC comic, but the musical adaptation of the stage show with Tom Cruise.
Yeah. She loves to groove. She loves the love and thing.
Theaters with my mother.
I wish, God, that's the dream.
Yeah.
Showed up.
I think I also might have.
Yeah.
That would be the ultimate April Fool's episode, is we put out a Rock of Ages episode, but it's just about the musical.
Guys, we have to cut this out because we're 100% doing this in 2020.
Yeah.
We haven't come up with our next April Fool's episode yet.
No, it's true.
I have Rock of Ages, the JLA book, and also the movie Rock of Ages in my home. I could refresh on both.
Why do you own it?
$5 on Black Friday. My mom impulse bought it.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Throw your mom under the bus. Sure, it's not your choice.
Yeah, my mom bought it. Totally not myself.
But I can't fight this feeling anymore.
But
all right,
later on, people are in the parking lot. They sing, "We're not going to take it." The like Christian families are like, "We're not going to take it."
The Christian family singing "Twisted Sister" is a fun little inversion.
Yeah, and so now we're going to take the plot to Rock of Ages, but recast it with DC characters. That is the April Fool's episode this year.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Booster runs the bar.
Yeah. Who's his lover then?
Oh, Ted Cord.
Yeah. Fuck me. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Next question. We're leaving Instagram and going to email.
Checking the email.
Hope it's from a female. Yeah, I knew I would get laughed at for that one. This question comes from Chris DeSanto.
Okay.
Who asks, oh god, this is a dense one too. Hey,
Christ.
It's because I know it's him. Hey fellas, do you think there's enough material to go in depth on Seven Soldiers of Victory?
100%.
From beginning to JLA/JSA team up rescue to Morrison. I'm rereading Grant's version. Thanks for reading this. Take care.
Yeah. I could. Did we talk about Seven Soldiers in the Morrison episode? That episode is
just
a
teensy bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Why don't we talk about that version?
Yeah. Like that version I could do. So my love, this book is fun because it's a superhero story where it asks the questions: what would a superhero team look like if the 7 people on the team never meet or interact with each other ever, but are all a team that are stopping something from happening?
Oh.
So it's 7 books that are all 4 issues each. And each one follows a different character who is involved with a different part of the same plot, and they all interconnect, and you have to read them in a specific order of these different separate books that create one team book. It feels like a goddamn magic trick. It's the most impressive thing I've ever read.
That sounds
I mean, certainly, like the form of comic book writing, I think is like it's pretty impressive. It's a little dense. It's a little tough.
A book that prepped me to think Mr. Miracle is cool.
Yeah.
That then leads to me falling in love last year.
That Mr. Miracle is he's a different one though, right? That's Shiloh Norman in that series.
You're right,
The original Seven Soldiers, though, were just like a team. It was like Green Arrow and his sidekick Speedy, Shining Knight, Vigilante, Crimson Avenger, Star Spangled Kid, and Stripesy.
Yeah.
And they were the Seven Soldiers.
The Soviet Union one?
Sorry?
Is Crimson Avenger the Soviet Union guy?
No, he's just like a pulp hero, like masked Avenger type.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He kind of looks like male Carmen Sandiego.
I'm listening.
I mean, yeah, the Seven Soldiers of Victory aren't necessarily like a massive major team. They were a team in the comics back in the Silver Age. Morrison did like a take on it, but there was a totally different lineup. It was Zatanna and Mr. Miracle and Clarion the Witch Boy and I think still Shining Knight.
Yeah, Shining Knight, Human Bullet, and somebody else.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's more just like a catch-all. It's almost like Secret Six, where it's like the actual who is on the team isn't as important as the fact that they're
around
put together. Yeah. Read that Grant Morrison one. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's go to the last question.
All right.
And we're leaving email and going over to Reddit.
Where everyone's nice and no one's ever mean.
Not even once. Not ever. Question comes from Chan CCK 180. Just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it does.
Wow. You really put all the Grant Morrison questions together. Grant Morrison said Peter Milligan's Shade the Changing Man is a better representation of what someone with the powers of a god would become versus Alan Moore's Dr. Manhattan. What do you think?
I think that's an accurate statement. I think that is all built around like it's a real like pessimist versus optimist thing. And it's funny, it's three miserable fucks in question. Like Orson, Alan Moore, and Peter Milligan. It's just like three upset British people.
Yeah.
I agree. Like Peter Milligan, I think, is one of the most underrated comic book writers. Like his batting average is so fucking impressive. And you know, he's worked with so many people I love. You know, his X-Force run is probably in my top 2 or 3 favorite comics ever. The Extremist for Vertigo he did with Ted McKeever is amazing. His Shade the Changing Man to me is like a real like it's one of the Vertigo books that really gets like forgotten about. I feel like that is from that early run because like you have Karen Berger's setup on that early Vertigo, as I've talked about in my episode, is like a run that I don't think any human in comic books will ever have that level of like quality and success ever again in the history of comics. But like, it's tough because like at that run, you're looking at, the end of Doom Patrol, the start of Sandman, Animal Man, Hellblazer, like, so already you're just like lighting shit up. And then like in and amongst those, there's this weird psychedelic Shade the Changing Man book, which is like, by that time period standards, like kind of weird. And I think that like, it's so like 60s, they do so much of like, cause I mean, Shade the Changing Man, the original book was like this dorky Silver Age book. And they were like, but what if it was 90s and all about like the existential idea of like, what if God was one of us? Yeah. And, I like Dr. Manhattan as a character besides Doomsday Clock, because like, I think that the idea of like losing your humanity, but then learning a appreciation for humanity through losing your humanity is like a really interesting narrative.
Yeah.
And I mean, who doesn't like if you're going to be gigantic and blue to just be dicks out?
Yeah.
You guys been watching?
You've been talking to my brother, I think. Yeah.
I mean, if I control the quantum realm, I'm not wearing pants.
Yeah. Although I do love always that like when he wins Vietnam, he's wearing underwear. Like I always feel like that's a fun detail that he's just like, he knows a god, but he also knows that like that the enemy army will try to shoot him in the dick.
But also like they lost the war. We don't need to rub it in.
And but as far as like, I think that Shade the Changing Man is much more existential. Not like Dr. Manhattan is such a like, I almost feel like they're inverted. Like Dr. Manhattan is like removed and trying to understand from a distance, whereas like Shade the Changing Man is a person who like comes here to try to understand us by living among us. And like I think it's almost a little more of like a positive thing of like, where is a god's place in the idea of like mortal life? Whereas like, Dr. Manhattan is more like, what does human existence mean to someone who understands things on like an atomic, level? And so I think like it's just flip sides of the same thing. It's you just put in one, like it's like in one Jurassic Park, you're on an island, and then on the other one, they got off the island.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Canada right now coming through the window.
Pardon me?
Is that sunlight coming through the window?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to set.
That's got to be exciting.
Yeah. It was here for a brief moment.
There was warm sun rays that are coming out. We should figure out how you can see their outdoors right now. They live in a snowy hellscape.
Yeah,
it's not hell. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I've only seen snow like maybe 5 times.
Oh, that's my California lady. Between the two of us,
we'll get you guys up here. You got to come see it.
Oh, for like
the
pleasure,
novelty.
Like, ooh,
look at this crazy thing.
We're like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, from inside of a house with the heat turned on. Yeah.
So I got distracted because like sunlight hit Richard's face and he looked beautiful.
I mean, come on.
Oh, I love when a physical, like non-verbal thing happens on a podcast. There's just silence, and then they'll never know what just happened.
That's just for us, just for this moment. All right. We should go to the voicemail and get into the next section.
Let's do it.
All right. You guys may not be able to hear this, but
we're going to try.
We're going to try.
Hey, Dr. DC. Hey, Producer Richard. Here's my 5th dial doc for DocMas. Their name is Edgelord, and they are master of anything with an edge. Could be a knife pulled out of a criminal's hand, or a needlessly dark joke pulled from an internet forum. Doesn't matter. Edgelord has complete control of any edge. Super useful against any like knife or sword. Less useful against most guns that shoot blunt, dull bullets at very fast speeds. Anyway, bye.
So Edgelord.
Edgelord was the character he came up with. They have control over any edge. They can sharpen or blunt any edge, basically.
But any object that's already blunt, he has no control over.
Right, because it has to have an edge.
Yeah. That leads us into our next section, which is Dial Doc, which Kyle's done a few times.
Are you hearing
Taylor, we're going to put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
Pardon?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because we kept shouting stuff and you guys kept moving. I'm like,
they're just doing what I sometimes do with you, where like you talk and you just kind of go into a Zen state.
But my eyes roll into the back of my head. No,
I demand from Edgelord to control the guitar player from U2 whose name is The Edge. It was worth it, you fucks.
Fuck you.
The worst part about that whole bit is now I have fucking vertigo stuck in my head.
Oh my!
Hello, the Tomb Raider soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, no. That was Elevation.
Oh, you're right.
Elevation.
I hate that I know that.
Yeah.
Digging a hole.
So, you want to explain to them what this is Taylor?
The Dial Doc, it's based on a thing called Dial H for Hero, which you type hero into this magic rotary dial and you become a never-before-seen hero or villain with crazy powers and a silly name. It's a current comic series, actually, but used to just be a way to make some silly characters. We do it every episode. We try to come up with a new character with a name and a power. Richard, do you have one?
I do have one.
Okay.
So my character, I'll give you a very brief description first, which is this character is an elderly man from the Soviet Union.
Okay.
His name is Pop Sickle. Who has the ability...
I think you've said it enough.
Yeah, who has the ability to, anytime that he hits someone with his sickle, will freeze them only while the sickle is in them. And then can break the ice with a hammer.
Right.
But as soon as that sickle is removed, that person is unfrozen.
Right.
Wow.
Jesus.
So does the sickle part harm them, or is it just the ice from the...
No, it also stabs them, but it's less important about the stabbing. It's more about the ice.
That's a matter of opinion.
Because it's where you stab them, too.
Sure, but I also
stab him in the head, and it's just like, you're frozen, and it's like, he was been dead this whole time.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, hey, do you want to be cold or stabbed? I feel like most people will choose cold.
Well, I mean, you've been in the worst of it. What would you say? Some would say the cold could feel like stabbing.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go, but like stabbing for sure feels like stabbing. But I'm gonna take just that are lower.
But basically, you get stabbed with like a blood sickle, basically.
Yeah.
Because your wound is then frozen.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
This character is very metal.
Yeah, blood sickle.
I've got one just to buy some time for our guests.
Yeah,
mine is called Ramboni.
Okay.
Ramboni?
Yeah, mine's called Ramboni. And basically what Ramboni does, I just, we were talking about outside, then you had this frozen one. I also thought of a frozen one.
Oh, yeah, I think it's just on our minds.
Basically what Ramboni can do is take any sort of like snow or ice or any sort of like crystalline anything. Doesn't even have to be like water.
Yeah.
But just anything crystalline and can basically form it into like an indestructible armor and then can like sort of juggernaut through things.
Oh, because I was thinking of it like Rambo and Boney, and you were thinking
I was
Zamboni.
thinking like Zamboni, but with the word ram.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's Ramboni.
Kyle?
So mine is goat stylized as goat squared.
Okay.
And it is the greatest of all time goat, and it is a goat that succeeds at anything it chooses to do, and so it is sort of like totem-esque, but also can be like weaponized. That like if you control the goat, it's not unlike the Ring of Power, where like if the goat is on your side in a war, you are going to win that war.
Right.
I like this.
The goat. Amazing. Taylor.
Okay. I feel like this is just kind of grotesque.
I like it.
What I thought of was DocMas, which is it's like a 44-year-old woman named Deb. And she, if you cross her at any time, she can just kind of like point at you, and then you like begin to give birth to puppies. And then the puppies, as soon as they're out of your body, they like do her bidding and can like destroy you.
Oh
Jesus. My God, what horrific.
That's one of the best dial dogs we've ever gotten.
That's a hero, right?
First time out.
That was incredible.
Just a wet litter of fucking puppies just shooting out of your body and then murdering you.
Yeah.
That's some
and also just the idea that like they're still the minions of the other person, but she makes you birth them. That's so fucked up.
You give birth to your own destruction.
Yeah, I like that.
That
was really good.
Is it any specific type of puppy?
It's any type that she would like to see.
Right.
Oh.
If
she wants to see like a cute little Pomeranian puppy, then you just like a fluffy demise. If she wants to see like a Doberman, then it's just going to be like more aggressive, and also depending on like how badly you have hurt her emotionally. It's all. This is all just like for emotional pain that you've caused her. Predominantly like 3 ex-husbands. She can make you give birth to like a larger dog, so it's like more painful, and she can also make, like, the size of the litter.
Right, a large litter of Newfoundlands.
Yeah.
Can it be like
DocMas
explode?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Can it be several different kinds of dogs that shoot out?
Occasionally, she kind of saves that for special
like
occasions.
3 golden retrievers and 1 corgi shoot out.
Yeah.
Fun piece of news. A single litter can actually have multiple fathers for a dog.
Whoa.
So you can have 2 different types of dogs that come out.
Weird.
Is this real?
Yeah, it's 100% real. You can look it up.
Oh my god.
So my dog Earl, in his litter, there was dogs that were part shepherd, and then there was dogs that were part pointers.
Huh.
Two different dads. Single. Yeah, it's a thing.
Or maybe the dog mom was just pranking you. She just like shoved a bunch of different puppies up there.
Oh my god.
You're right. That's more likely.
That seems more realistic.
Animal Planet's version of Impractical Jokers. It's fucking gross.
Whoa, 2 types of dog. Who's the dad?
I'm Steve-O, and this is litter mix up.
Taylor Jackass for the first time last week.
I loved it.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Well, we would love to hear what all of you residents can come up with for characters, because clearly we're not good at it, and anybody who just comes on can do a better job than we ever have.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. So if you use the hashtag DialDoc and send us your ideas, it would be great to hear from you. Guys, where can everybody find you online and the things that you can promote? Can you please give us some of those?
Yeah. I'm at Kyle Clark is Rad on Twitter and Instagram. And then I have a record label that me and Taylor and Richard Eden all work on called Radland Records that just had hit records in 2 countries a few weeks ago.
Hell yeah. We're international, baby.
Impressive for a label that barely exists.
Oh, yeah.
I have a record on it called Absolute Terror, and you can check that out anywhere where you download or stream music. The label's Radland Records. You can go to Radland Records on Twitter and Instagram. And my podcast, This Is Rad, and my podcast, Everything Is Scary, are all things that you can listen to. This Rad is a show about things that people like. We have some fun episodes coming out before the end of the year. We just recorded one about the Decemberists, but please don't hang up. Other stuff. It's a fun show. I really love This Rad. And then Everything Is Scary is me and Jen Saunderson talking about horror movies. You can hear me get way overly emotional about the movie Dr. Sleep on our most recent episode.
It was so good.
It was. And then and then this one does all sorts of things.
Yeah, my Instagram is kind of my main thing, and that's TaylorVH5, where I mostly just like post random pictures. But
you should tell about the other 2.
Yeah, I have a lot of side Instagrams. So one that people who are Kyle fans might enjoy is pictures of Kyle's dog, where I post pictures of Kyle's dog and then I give like weird freeform captions from the perspective of the dog.
Khaleesi rules.
I also have one called Taylor Eats Fries, where it's just pictures and reviews of all the French fries that I eat, which is not a lot.
Wow.
And I make documentary films. I think my Vimeo is just my name, which is Taylor Vrace and Harrell. Maybe I can
just look that up
at some point.
More R's and more L's than you're expecting.
It's a lot more. There's a lot more consonants involved, it seems like. And then my Twitter is at RealTaylorVH, and I post experiences I've had at Trader Joe's mainly.
Taylor and Kyle, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Both. I know that you both have very busy lives, and we appreciate you coming on.
Having us.
Thank you.
This was our 150th, so thank you.
Oh, what?
Oh my God. Wow.
So excited.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Well, I hope you have a great day.
Please enjoy the rest of your Caesars. I'm going to go drink some eggnog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we did that year 1. I don't ever want to drink eggnog again.
I love this nog. I live that nog life.
Nog life.
All right, guys.
All right.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye. Stay warm.
Bye.
All right. And if you want to reach us, all you have to do is get through our social media platforms, which are Facebook,
Dr. DC Podcast,
Instagram,
Dr. DC Podcast,
Twitter,
at Dr. DC,
Reddit,
r/Dr_DC,
email,
drdcpodcast@gmail.com,
our website,
drdcpodcast.com or .ca. You bastard.
You can go subscribe to our Patreon.
Patreon.com/DrDC. It's only $5 a month. You get the bonus episode every Friday, the double dose, but also throughout DocMas, you get little updates from us with some extra bonus DocMas questions.
Of course. Like, and then you can go to our website.
We already did that one. drdcpodcast.com or .ca.
And our doc phone is now open.
208-917-3238.
Don't forget to review us on iTunes, 5 stars.
That's right.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Adios.
Jojo.
They always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure. They are men of might.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.